I'm Carmel. Yeah.
My name is Eva Fodor, and I am a professor in the Gender Studies department. I'm a sociologist by training. Right now, I'm also the pro-rector for teaching and learning at CEU. I think I define womanhood as belonging to this imagined community of people who share at least some of the experiences that I have. So I think that's what womanhood means to me. That I'm a part of a community or a part of a group of, and it's an imagined community because it's not a real community, and women are very different. But somehow I feel that the experiences I have, I can often share better with other women. So I imagine this community existing and being part of that. So I think that's what womanhood means to me.
It is fear, it's sadness, and it's grief. But it is also comfort and empathy and love and empowerment.
When I was younger, it was much more palpable. It was much more an everyday experience. As you grow older, I mean, people stop treating you as a woman, so to say. Often do, and also people don't notice you as a woman that much. That's actually extremely liberating on many levels. But because of this, somehow, and also because you're sort of in a different place in your life and your career, to me at least, being a woman has become maybe less important or less significant or less of a daily experience than it was when I was younger, and I had to deal with all sorts of everyday things practical everyday things of being a girl or being a woman. So I think the change is important. How in different life cycles or different periods in my life, it had a different degree of significance and it meant different things.
I think when I was younger, I saw womanhood through a certain gaze that I thought I wanted to become, because that's what, society socializes us to think that we want. I think how I saw womanhood when I was young was influenced by the male gaze and by the perception of society of women. So I don't think I became the woman that I wanted to when I was young. I think I became a version of it that I would be a lot prouder of. Yeah.
So I'm a white woman, and this was not immediately obvious to me, having grown up in Hungary, where everybody is a white woman pretty much. The vast majority of people are like you. Then I moved to Los Angeles, and then suddenly I realized the diversity of people, diversity of ethnicities and races, and then this became something that I thought about.
For example, as a person of color in Hungary, it was definitely a different kind of struggle a lot of times. I was not only viewed as a woman, and I wasn't only viewed as being beautiful enough or skinny enough or whatever. It was also being viewed as other, and I think that definitely shaped how I see myself, how I saw myself as well. I've had romantic relationships with women. In Hungary especially, the LGBTQ community is incredibly persecuted and oppressed, and I think it shaped my reality in a way where I was living in constant fear and hyper awareness of my surroundings. And I think a lot of women have that, being hyper aware of your surroundings every single time you go out on the streets, and having this reality, but it shapes it differently when your other aspects of your identity are also being questioned.
The kind of changes that would be necessary for women who belong to different nationalities, ethnicities within those nationalities or outside those nationalities, ethnic groups, racial groups, religion, age. The changes that are required are really very different and should be targeted towards specific groups. So I do take intersectionality very, very seriously. I am convinced that it's difficult to talk about women in general.
I think the future of womanhood is something that I am, scared of in a way, because the state of the world, womanhood, and being comfortable in seeing womanhood, how many women see womanhood, has to come from liberation and equality. And that isn't only based on the equality and liberation of women, it means humans everywhere, the liberation and equality of systematic oppression. And I think only then can we define a womanhood that is equal and doesn't have the first 3 or 4 words I said in it. Yes, I have a poem from Audre Lorde, which I share with every woman in my life and men in my life, and just people in general in my life with on Women's Day, because I think it's and Mother's Day, and just in general, I think it's a beautiful poem. It's called For Asata. In this new picture, your smile has been to war. You are almost obscured by other faces on the pages. Those shadows are sisters who have not yet spoken. Your face is in shadow, obscured by the half dark, by the thick bars running across your eyes like sentinels. All the baby fat has been burned away, like a luxury your body let go reluctantly. The corners of your mouth turned down. I cannot look into your eyes. Who are all those others behind you? The shadows are growing lighter and more confusing. I dream of your freedom as my victory, and the victory of all dark women who forego the vanities of silence, who war and weep, sometimes against ourselves, in each other, rather than our enemies' falsehoods. Asata, my sister warrior, Joan of Arc, Ya Santeva, embrace at the back of your cell.